feel like starting a fight. I'm feeling angsty. I'm feeling combative. Not physically, though. No. Okay, no one wants to see me attempt to throw a punch, nor would I like to take a punch. No, nobody wants to see that. Please and thank you. But I feel like starting a fight, and I'm going to do that the only way I know how. By talking. I'm going to present to you with a bunch of hot takes of mine, some opinions of mine, some rooted in very real, reasonable explanation with an ABC list, and some that have just come from my mind that I refuse to let go of. And just to cover my bases before I begin, these are opinions. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm right, and I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong. Just an opinion. Let's talk about it. Starting strong with number one. Matcha is bad. And I think people are lying about liking matcha, which totally negates my little like CYA that I put before. But I genuinely don't understand how people like matcha. It completely covers every social media I own. But you know the funny thing? I never see anybody walking around with a matcha. And like, I live in a very cute town where there are coffee shops dotted literally everywhere and everyone's selling their version of matcha. And I don't see anybody like drinking one. So if everyone loves matcha so much, why aren't you out on the streets with it? Something's just not adding up. For real, I don't like matcha. It tastes like grass, but is also chalky. And I don't really understand how you get a chalky flavor from a liquid. I will concede, I've only had matcha, I think only one time from one cafe. So I might have just had a bad matcha. But I did also Google like the flavor profile of what matcha is, and they said it was like earthy, little bitter. You know, I don't vibe with that. The weird thing is that I like green tea. And I've heard and read, I Googled it, that those flavors are somewhat similar or they're derived from the same thing. I Googled this a while ago. I don't have the research in front of me, my bad. But they should be more similar. But like, I can vibe with green tea, I just can't vibe with matcha. The worst part of my entire singular time trying matcha experience is that the drink was nearly $6. It was nearly $6 and I didn't drink it because I didn't like it and I didn't want to like, you know, get sick or something. But $6 down the drain in this economy. Look, I am one, and I always say, like, we gotta try new things, we gotta explore, we gotta try. Like, I've got videos on my channel that talk about trying new things, but sometimes, this is the scary part about trying new things, you waste $6. Number two, the economy is made up. We should just print more money. So we're going 0 to 60. We're going two opposite sides of the road right now. Yeah. Don't have a lot to base this off of, but I do, in my heart of hearts, believe it truly. I don't think I can, nor will I, elaborate much. I think I said it quite succinctly. I also don't know how seriously I should take this, because I can already feel like the econ bros just like, they can hear what I just said and are descending upon this video to yell at me and belittle me for what I just said. Don't really care though. So, okay, yeah, what is the economy? Who decided what the economy is? What is the economy? Oh no, the nation's in debt. Print more money. I just don't understand like what the big deal is. Like, just print more money and then you're set. It ruins like the quantity of the dollar. Who cares, bro? Nothing matters. Like, have you seen the world and what it looks like? Who cares if the quantity of like, or the what's it called? What is it? The shows you how much I know. Oh, the value of the dollar. Can you tell I've never taken an econ class before? This is my most ignorant take, but at one point, I just don't care. I'm holding on to it because really at the end of the day, what is money? What is value? What are things? Can we just live in a world? Sorry, I'm jumping over again, but like, how is it not possible that we cannot just have like the basic necessities? Food, water, healthcare, housing. There's probably a fifth that I'm forgetting, but I didn't write it down, so I don't remember. But like bare necessities, and then like the other more frivolous, luxurious stuff can cost money. Like, who cares? But can we like just handle the little stuff first? The economy's awful. Oh no, we can't have housing. Well, what? Like that, like those things don't make sense. So the economy doesn't make sense. The economy is stupid. We should just print more money. That's it. We got a two-parter. Maybe three. Maybe it's two. Beaches are better than pools but pool water is better than beach water. And on this note, lakes are not beaches. Going to the beach has such a better vibe than going to the pool. The beach has the sand and the water that goes on forever, and it's got the waves, and you have like the wind blowing in your hair, and it's just beautiful. And in that respect, pools are a little one note. Like, yeah, you could go to like a water park, but I'd also argue that a water park is different than a pool. We're talking about just like a simple pool. I'd rather be at the beach. But in saying that, if it's an extremely hot day, like the day I'm currently filming this video on, I don't want to be at the beach because I feel like I'd just be like baking on the sand and not fun, because I think the ocean is scary. What's out there? There's a lot that we have not discovered about the ocean. We spent a lot of time looking up at space and seeing what's going on in space. What's going on in the ocean, guys? So visually, the water in the ocean is beautiful. I'll go on a little boat. I'll go on a little sunset cruise. I'll sit on the shore and watch the water and the waves, and I'll do that. I don't really like to go in. I go in maybe as like high as my hips or something. Like, I don't go swimming though. I don't like it. I don't like that things touch me like seaweed. In a pool, you know, it's heavily chlorinated. It's clean to a point. Maybe a leaf will fall in. You can avoid the kid's Band-Aid. You know, like, you make do. I don't think anything's ever perfect. When I say swim, I really mean like going under the water. I don't like to go under the water in the ocean. Like, I'll go in, I'll get hit by the wave, I probably won't lollygag out there for too long, even if I'm like deep in or whatever, but like I don't like to dive under the waves. The waves scare me a little bit. I might be afraid of the ocean. I like looking at the ocean, but I'm afraid of the ocean. That's how I'll, period. Oh, and then part 2 of this one, a lake is not a beach. If you're telling me you're going to the lake, you're going to a lake. You're not going to the beach. In my head, like, those are just two very different things. I don't care that, according to Google, you can call a lake a beach. No. That's just wrong. No. If that's your opinion, fine. But if you look me in the eyes and tell me you're taking me to the beach and we end up at a lake, I'm never speaking to you again. Like, that feels like a betrayal. You feel like you lied to me. I just feel like the beach is like the shore. The beach is the sea, the ocean, not a possibly man-made body of water. Like, no. Lakes can be pretty, and you can go out, and there might be sand and maybe an artificial wave or two from a boat passing by or something, and like that's fine. But it's not a beach. Okay, so here on this channel, gulp. Number 4, this isn't like a hot take, and I'm not judging anyone, but it's something in my life, I need to get this off my chest. I don't like Mexican food. This one doesn't fit into the rest of the vibe of the other ones I've talked about, but it fits enough where we're gonna make it work. Yeah, I don't like Mexican food. I had a bad experience when I was like 8 or 9 at a Mexican restaurant, and then I just never went back. It's been years. I've just never been back. And I'm being dramatic. It wasn't like a bad experience. When I was younger, we all as a family went out to this Mexican restaurant near my house. And I was totally fine throughout the day, but as we're sitting and like we're eating the chips and the salsa, I just start to feel a little off and I'm not okay. And then like the food comes out and the smell just hits me for some reason. I couldn't pinpoint exactly what went wrong or what exactly I didn't like, but I was not okay. I ended up having to rush to the bathroom and like gagging a bit on the way there. I am so sorry still to that nice couple who happened to be seated next to the bathroom who witnessed me and all of that. I'm sure that didn't put, I'm sure that wasn't nice for your nice night out. Wow, I'm sure that wasn't nice for your nice little night out. I clearly had a reaction to the smell, to the food, whatever it was, so I just never went back, and I've been paralyzed in fear at the thought of going back. So, I mean, it was really bad. I was quite afraid, like, after that, into my teen years and stuff. Now, it's just like, I'm just not gonna go. Why would I test the theory again? I clearly don't like it. People have preferences, so if I'm going out with people, I'm just like, okay, like, as long as we, like, don't hit this, I'm totally fine. The problem is, or the other side of the coin is, because of that fear, because of that, I've also never had Chipotle before. I missed, like, the whole big Chipotle phase of the, mid 2010s and stuff. I've just never had it. I've been too afraid to. But honestly, recently someone had it near me and it smelled good. And I'm like, I could mess with this. Now, in theory, Chipotle is not Mexican food. It is it's Tex-Mex, but it is also a highly Americanized version, which I feel like I might be able to hack because there's something about real authentic Mexican food that clearly I can't. So let's see. If I do end up going to Chipotle, which I feel like I need to do in the next couple of months because this is ridiculous at this point. This one I really just have to do. I will film it and use it as content and put it on here. Okay, and this last one I've been thinking about for a long time and I am like angry about it and I've been burned a couple of times. And it's really going out to those performers out there. If you're going on tour and you're touring an album, you should be playing the album. Your set list should include the songs from the album. I did not think this would be that complicated. I genuinely don't understand this. How so many performers, they go on tour. First of all, they sell the tour before they even drop the album, and that's a different situation. But two, you're naming the tour after the album, and then you're not gonna play the album. What's the point of naming the tour? What's the point of dropping the album if you're not gonna play the album? Are you not proud of the album? Do you not want to play the album? I want to hear the album. That's why I bought tickets to the tour that is named after the album. I've been burned so many times, actually. That's the crazy thing. I've been burned so many times, but I have two that I want to call out specifically. Two of my favorite artists. So, they're still my favorite artists, but touring, I'm mad. One, Schaefer James. Sir. Okay, this guy, he went on a tour for an album, The Summoning. That's the album name. But he went on tour before the album even released. So maybe this is my fault, but I assumed he would be playing the album on the tour as like the special thing. He's like, oh, I'm like touring the album. He didn't. And I was like, oh, what's the point of going on tour if the album isn't out? If you're going to name the tour after the album, name the tour something else. Don't get my hopes up. I wanted to hear the album. Second, 5 Seconds of Summer. They're right here for me, right here. Everyone's a Star. Guys, it was a great show. No regrets, no regrets, and anything at all. It was an amazing show. They didn't play the album, though. It's the Everyone's a Star tour. They didn't play Everyone's a Star, the album. My favorite song from them, sorry, we're getting off topic here, but my favorite song from them is called Chest. To be fair, that song is off the deluxe album, so I'm like, okay, I'll give myself that. Like, they might not play off the deluxe. They should, but fine, they won't do that. But I think they only played like 3 or 4 songs, and they cut off, like, they only played half of one of the songs on the album. Guys, you named the tour after the album. Just play the album. Because there's so much time in a concert where none of these albums are pushing an hour and a half long. No one makes an hour and a half long album. No one does that. Which, okay, that's fine. You don't have to do that. But then there's still time to like fill in with all the other songs you want to do, the big #1 singles, the fan favorites, like that. You still have time. Because the perfect example of that, My Chemical Romance. That's how you do a tour. The Black Parade. So they sang The Black Parade, cover to cover. And it was amazing because they did cover to cover the entire Black Parade, what they named the tour. Then they had time afterwards for like a solid, I think it was like between 8 and 10 songs after that, which is amazing. That's how you do it. That's how I believe you should do it. Because if you put the album out and you're touring the album, you're naming the tour after the album. I know I'm repeating myself, but you're touring the album and you name the tour after the album, I expect to hear the album. I don't think I'm alone in this, but I do think I'm most passionate about this. I refuse to apologize for anything I have said, except maybe the Mexican food one, because that one's truly just a mental block I've never been able to get past. So, do not ever expect a video from me trying Mexican food for the first time. Let me tell you right now, you're never getting that. You'll get Chipotle, but I'm not going to a Mexican restaurant, not even for content. And I do a lot for content. I'm not doing that for content. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Before you start judging me in the comments, take a quick reflection, take a quick internal moment and think about how people have reacted to you and your maybe unpopular opinions and how you felt about that and maybe how you wanted to be approached. Then dial in the kindness by 10, then leave a comment. Thank you very much. Because I love engaging. Just be nice to me. You can like and subscribe down below. Leave those kind comments. And I will see you back here next time. Stay opinionated.